time. This story is in regards to me getting my first flat at 15 and a half. Yes, at 15 and a half, I had a 2-bedroom, 2 living room, 1 massive garden slash and like the tiniest kitchen you could ever imagine. Like you walk through here, like garden. But yeah, it was an amazing house. Like the upstairs was massive. The other bedroom was massive and the 2 living rooms were massive. So this story time, I might have to do it into 2 parts. We will see, okay? So this story time is a bit of a wild one. So I'm 15 and a half. I've just gotten my first flat. What do you think I'm gonna do? I did not throw a party, no, but I did invite some friends around, okay? Because I constantly enjoyed having people over, etc. Like, I was a very social person as a 15-year-old. We're gonna call one of the girls Psycho. We're gonna call the other girl Drunky, and we're gonna call, like, the name stipulate the type of person they are as well, just so you have some context. And we're gonna call the guy Runner, because I kind of believe he must have been the runner. He had to have been, right? Of course, he had to have been. So anyway, let's get into the story of how wild it is. So, of course, as you do, I invite my friends over. You know, let's get high, let's smoke up, let's smoke some weed. Like, there was no alcohol because I never drank. I only smoked weed. So anyone's come when weed wasn't laced and wasn't sprayed and actually not hemp. Yeah, so those are the days when I was smoking actual cannabis. Yeah. So I invited some friends over. So we've got Psycho and Drunky who came over, and we've got the Runner. So what happened now was, it was just like a little gathering. You know, you go to your friend's house, you sit down and say, oh, your house looks nice. You know, I just moved in, you know, it was done up, we've got the sofas, everything, beds, everything. It was nice, you know. So I invited friends over, like you do. Oh, and Smarty, she came as well. So Smarty is a female, super intelligent, but she didn't want to go to school or college, very stupid, or uni, even though like she was the smartest in her class. But anyway, so they all came to my house and we were all just chilling on the sofa. I am the type of person to never lock my doors, even though I lived on the main road. So where did I live? What was the area? Thrilling Hill? Oh my gosh. There's nothing but houses on the whole road, yeah? So it was a main road as well. And I always left my front door open if I'm at my house. I didn't mind people who knew me just to walk into my house. I had no problem with that whatsoever because I know you. But don't get it twisted, I locked my doors at night. Come on. So, yeah. We were all sitting. I think what must have happened was we all was walking into the house because we just went to the shop up the road. So there's a Tesco's, like a big massive Tesco's near there. We all went to the shop up the road, came back, sat down with our fags, started rolling up. Door opens and it's Runner. Now Runner's coming in the house and I'm thinking, okay, it's cool. Then I hear, when I tell you, I hear another voice, you know, when you're like, well, I know the first, but who are you? Like, who are you? Did I invite you in? No. So I start seeing this big, hefty bolo man. I'm 15, bro. I'm 15. Firstly, I'm thinking, who is this big fuck off man in my yard? Who are you? Why are you here? When I tell you, this guy came, sat down, he was like, hey, you're right. He goes, oh, this is her house. He goes, hey, you're all right. How you doing? I go, yeah, I'm okay. Yourself? You know, like, I'm just trying to be cordial because I know him and I'm cool with him. I have no problem with him. He's a decent guy. But who are you? So anyway, a few seconds go past. Door is shut. This big hefty bolo man. I thought he was a healthy brother. I thought, yeah, look, he's fit. He's big. And when I say big, I mean muscles for day. Big bolo man. I thought, yeah, you know, this must be his older. This must be his connect. That's what I was thinking in my head. That is all I could think, yeah? Now, you've got Psycho sitting on the chair like she's pregnant and with her arms up like, yeah, I could really do this, innit? Like, come, let's sell weed from here. Let's do this. I'm looking at her like... I'm looking at her like, in my house. So what, I get my first house and you think I'm gonna turn it into a bando? Me? My house? That's what I was looking at her like, yeah, because of what this guy started doing. This guy, like, we've all just finished smoking a zoot, yeah? There was no way I was smoking another zoot for until the next day, okay? This man pulled out a spoon and he pulled out a pipe. He pulled out a glass pipe that you burn and he put something on a spoon in there and he burned the spoon. Now, I'm 15. I don't know what... I'm not stupid. I knew what the fuck it was. So I looked at him like, no, he's a supplier. Why the fuck are you smoking it? Now, don't tell me this man's brought a nitty into my house. This is all my head's going haywire. My head's going haywire. But you know when you're sitting in silence because you don't want to cause drama, and how am I meant to fight off this big man? What, she ain't gonna come get involved. She's pregnant. Smarty's too smart for this shit. She's gonna run out the door. And Drunky's sitting there with her freaking drink just... What was it? What's the drink called? Let's just call it lager. She's sitting there with her lager like, you know, trying to look down on the guy. And I'm thinking, you're drinking. Like, shut up. Shut up. But he pulls it out. So I'm like, okay, maybe he's just going to do it the one time, get the fuck out of my house. Yeah, cool. He does it now. He lights it up, starts smoking it. He's sitting down, he's talking, and then a few seconds later go past. He pulls it out again. He lights it up. My head flung to Runner. And I was like, you know when you look at someone and you understand what each other are saying without a word? He was like, yo, cool down, calm down, we're gonna go. Yeah, exactly what he did. And I was like, well, you better go now. And when I tell you, I started instigating. Yeah, we're about to go out, you know, like, so come on, yeah, we gotta go, you know. I started instigating. We've got to go because this shit stinks. It stinks. I don't know what you're burning and you're addicted to it. You come sit down in my house, 2 seconds later, burn up a glass jar. Two friggin' seconds later, you burn up the glass jar again. And I'm like, nah. No. So I must have said something along the lines, come, we've all got to go. We got to go to the shop. He's like, yeah, we're going to go anyway. And I was like, okay, I'll see you later. I'll talk to you later. Never saw the guy again. But I need you to understand. Why am I in this situation right now? I didn't invite this man into my house. I don't know who he is. I kid you not, I started locking my doors. If you wanted me, you had to knock on my door. No matter what you wanted to say, you had to knock on my motherfucking door. Because why are you entering my home and I don't know this guy? You didn't ask me, you just brought him here. And on top of it, just because me and you are cool, it doesn't mean you can just bring your friends to my house willy-nilly when you want. I was like, nah. When the guy left, I locked the door. I didn't even let Runner back in my yard. He knocked the door. I was like, you guys better be quiet. You guys better be quiet. Yeah? Because that there was the disrespect. I opened up the garden door, all the windows. I opened up all the windows upstairs, make sure I shut my door, etc. The only reason I couldn't live in that house any longer was simply because my friend came to my house, sat on my freaking bed with her outdoor clothes. Now, I don't know about you, yeah? I don't know about you. But when you enter the house, you take off your shoes. When you enter the house, you take off your outgoing clothes and you swap into something else. You don't get on your bed until you take those clothes off. You don't get on your bed until you wash your hands. Now, I don't know why I let this girl into my house and come lie up on my bed. This bitch come lie up on my bed. By the next morning, I had bite marks all over me. They had to fumigate the house. I had to then move somewhere else into a house share with one boy, 2 other girls. Actually, it was 3 girls at first. No, 2 girls at first. And then it was 1 boy, 2 girls, etc. I had to move into this bloody house share. I kid you not, I was livid. I had so much fun in my first house. I was just looking for jobs because I technically didn't have to pay any tax, even if I have an income, until I'm 18. It is legal for you to work under the national wage for your age. Yes, it is legal for you to work for that. So that was a positive, most definitely a positive. So that was what I was doing. I was getting jobs, looking for jobs. I was working. To be honest with you, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you. I'll probably tell you in a different story. But most definitely, that story there has stayed with me for life. Who is this big, bold-headed man, bolo, muscles, everything, coming into my house? Who are you? But the way this guy was talking to him with respect, I thought he was the older. But I'm not gonna lie, if you're the older, I would never respect you. I'll get you high on your supply and I'll take from you. You think that's a joke? Why are you... The way he spoke to him with respect, like, you know, like, you don't disrespect your elders. If your older talks, you don't interrupt them. If your older does this, or someone you inspire to be, or someone who, you know, is in that lifestyle more than you, you don't talk to them a certain way because that's you in the shits. That's how he was talking to him. So I thought he was a nitty. Initially, you know when someone comes out with a pipe first, what? What's going on here? No one's on that shit. No, He had the audacity to ask, you want to hit this? Nah. Each and every single, nah. I think it must have been the one who's supposedly psycho, the one who's supposedly pregnant. Yeah, I'll hit it. I said to her, you're pregnant. Shut up, put it down. I was thinking, whoa, no. No, that was a scary situation for me because I didn't even open my door to let this man in my house. So I didn't understand why he was there at all. But it happened and I never saw him again. He didn't knock my door again. What do you call it? I think the guy must have got arrested or something. Runner got arrested. So we didn't see him for like 2 years or so. And yeah, one of my friends, like, it just so happened she ended up in the same place I originally was living in. So when I was 15, I was living there. And then I think it was like I was 18. And then she was living there when I was 18. So that's when I went back and then I saw him because he was arrested, etc. He was in jail. So that was a mad story for me. What? 15-year-old me fight off who? He's Bolo. One knocker man down. Maybe I should have tried to teeth the pipe and run out the house. You would have chased me, right? That would have been a better thing to do. But at the same time, you shouldn't mess with an itty with their supply. You don't know what they would do. You don't know what addiction does to people. I have seen it. I have been there, and that experience was my first ever experience of seeing addiction with my eyes. And I smelled it and I was like, ugh, what is that smell? It stinks. You know what it smells like? It smells like damp. It smells disgusting. You know, like mold stinks, you know, but it smells worse than that. Like damp, worse than that. It stinks. It really does stink, and it gets on everything. So that was not the last experience, but that was the first for more chapters to come. And I tell you, it was crazy. But it did like open my eyes to know what addiction looks like from people on this stuff. And I kind of was like, whoa, because he only just stepped into the house like a few seconds later, boom. And then a few seconds later, like he took, you know, a deep breath, his voice went lower, all sorts. And then he did it again, and then his voice went lower. And I was just like, I had to fling it, like, he's got to go. He's got to go. Just to let you know, I was 15, Psycho was 16, Smarty is 16, Drunky was about 18 at the time, or 17, 18 at the time, and Runner is about 21, 20 at the time. So yeah, we all knew each other. We were all cordial. We all knew each other's ages. We all knew each other from, I don't know, just playing out. This is why I'll never allow my child to play out in life. I've been through a lot. I know the definition of playing out. And it's not just kicking ball. And it's not just plaiting hair and skipping rope. Okay? So, yeah, I am not letting my kid play out. No, not around here anyway. So, all I'm saying is, don't go through what I went through. Or even if you do go through what I've gone through, or have any insight on what I should have done to get that man out of my house quicker, even though me flinging my head to him got him out of my house, and me instigating, hey, we got to go out. Yeah, even though we just got back in, but I think everyone stayed quiet around me when I was instigating it, because they were just like, yeah, we get it. Like, it stinks. She's trying to look him up and down. She's trying to get gas, talking about, yeah, you know, let's start selling this, selling that together, da 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 da. And I'm just here like, this stinks. Like, he's gotta go. Why are you guys having opinions on different matters? He's gotta go. Like, I'm not used to this. He's got to go. We've got to have our little smoke up and have friends. I didn't even take out a zoot after that. I'm telling you now, there was no zoot coming out at all. I was not smoking after that. I said to my friends, listen, we can vibes and chill, but I'm not smoking again. Like, if you want to go somewhere, we can go do that. But yeah, that was a wild experience. 15 and a half. And I saw it full face. A man on crack. A man addicted. What was it? I think it's heroin, because you light it up, you put it in the tube, you smoke it up, you light it up again. I think it was heroin. I don't think it was cocaine or crack. You don't really do that with it. I think it was heroin. And the worst thing about it is, I really thought he was the supplier, but the way he spoke to him, he looked like he was the one who supplied it, which is crazy. Why are you smoking a supply? Like, that was a crazy scenario for me. Not again, bro. No. But it did happen again several times after. That's for a different story.